Morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Well, that loaded up quickly. Morning. Good evening, afternoon, whatever time of day this finds you. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Get some people in there. I saw Hoos was Hoos was up in the dark. 'Tis fall here in the northern hemisphere, so yeah, it's gonna get darker earlier, right? Thanks, Blake, for the sound check, an audio check. Who's good to see you? Starting off the day. Ryan, good to see you. Morning. Blake. Shambot, good to see you. Hope you don't hold anything against me. Killed this character the other day, folks. Victor, good to see you. Joe. Harrigan, morning. Harrigan, did you see that file I sent you? Orcus Dorcas, morning. Not first thumbs up. Yeah, baby. When I hear Hoos, I think of Hoosiers. My sister loves basketball. Made me watch the film a bunch of times. It's a great film, great flick. Gene Hackman. Aaron, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Let me know you're here. Cool. Yeah. It's like Harrigan is like 56 seconds. So to fill everybody in on the little inside message between Harrigan and I, the Google has released a learning notebook, LM, I think it's called. Have you guys seen this thing? Oh man, I dropped an audio thing in our Discord. It's under the tools. Like everybody checked out of the Discord for the weekend yesterday, but last night I put it in there. There's an audio snippet in RPG tools. I want you to tell me what you think of that podcast. Morning, Wayne. Morning, Phil. Yeah. So for those that have listened to it, that is AI. So it's Google has. Let me see if I can find it. I have it bookmarked here. Go figure. I don't want to get into too much of this because I didn't want to have it take over the show. But it's freaking pretty crazy. Let's just say. So all the AI haters, you can like check out for a little while. Yeah, I think you gotta kind of salute it, right, Wayne? Like you gotta do something with it. I listened to it, and that's wild. Yeah, who is AI? Yeah. Hey Ty, good morning. Laramie, good morning. So I saw this come up on Twitter. Notebooklm.google. You could try it. I'll put a link in the chat. You basically what it is you can upload a bunch of resources. Yeah, am I who I am? Dudes, it's gonna be nutty. That audio is crazy because it has like we've talked about natural language. There's pauses, there's tone, there's inflection, borderline interruption. Like I was kind of listening to it and I wasn't sure whether it was an hey, I want to say something like, or if it was just a glitch. But it sounds like two public radio people talking about a particular subject. And in that case, it was Delta Green. What's up, Nubis? Hey, good afternoon. Good to see you, man. Yeah, there's some recognizable artifacts. Is it artifact? So, Nubis, is it artifacts or is it purposely put in there as if it was, I'm looking to interject? So this, you can basically go here. You can upload different resource documents, right? So say you're doing a paper and you have a bunch of sources and you're trying to get things that are sum up, outline. It does quite a few things, actually. You could choose it to do a table of contents, a timeline, all kinds of different things just by clicking a button. So it analyzes the PDF or notes that you put in it. It says, okay, and then there's a button to click an audio summation, basically. And when you click that audio summation, it's two people that are talking about the subject. And I think it's about a 6-minute blurb. I was thinking like, well, what if I wanted to run a scenario and I didn't want to read the Curse of Strahd hardback book. I needed it summed up with the highlights and the different encounters and what it's about. And you could take notes. So if you generate a table of contents, you can tweak it and alter it. You could add notes, and then those notes kind of become cards. Okay. And so you can auto generate those, or you could just create your own. That audio is nuts. Like, this isn't even an audio app. I haven't checked out Descript and some of the other ones. I have I think I've looked at one where it's not even close. Not even close. Like, not even training. Like, oh, I want to train it to listen, to hear, make it sound like this. And if you put in the text, it'll read it, but nothing like this thing. So, anyways, it's up to you. You could check it out. Part of me is like, I don't want to get too down this rabbit hole on this video, because I'll have all the AI haters. It's a tool, okay? It's a tool. It's like EVs. Like, there's a lot of EV haters out there. It's so funny what we choose to think is evil and not evil, and what we can choose to use as a tool, and some of the things that are bad and what is bad about it. It's a dialogue. It's a discussion for sure. I just hope many of us can have it. I guess would be the key. It's pretty nutty. Yeah, on the right account now, it eventually got a bit tangled, but was surprisingly good. Yeah. It eventually got a bit. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring it to people's attention to one, be aware of it. Two, like, it says it's a virtual research assistant. I don't know how you educate our younger generation with this stuff. I really don't. Like, what are they going to need to know? Literally know or remember or memorize anything? Like, there's teachers. Phil is a teacher. I hope I didn't out you, Phil. But Phil's an educator. Kevin, he pops in here for first 5 minutes before he needs to go to soccer or football. He's an educator. Like, what do you do when you can just type stuff into a large language model and have it spit it back out at you? What do you do when you're like book report? Before we used to have Cliff's Notes, right? Cliff's Notes, right? I think that's what they were called. Like, what do you do when you just like, hey, what's this book about? And some of them are in public domain, right? So the book's in the public domain. You upload the book and say, hey, give me a summation on chapter 1. Dude, it's freaking crazy. And so with this, I just want to say this: like, it's here. It's not going anywhere. The box has been opened. There's people like on the EV side that don't like EVs and they think they're an abomination. I would never. I hope they run out of electricity. You run out of electricity. Yeah, just like you would run out of, I don't know, gas. Just because it's fuel powered doesn't mean it's like it runs forever. Now, granted, there's more gas stations, so that's the argument. But look, if some of this stuff didn't come about, we'd still be riding horses. And some of us would be okay with that. And that's all right. I get it. But a majority of society has moved on to cars and vehicles to get around. So that's all I'm going to say. There, I'm off my soapbox. Nubis says, what I mean are the artifacts you could hear. It's glitched audio that is very prominent in worse version of AI text-to-audio stuff I've tried in the past. This is miles ahead. Yeah. Orcus Dorcas AI, Sean, can I get a soundbite from you I can use for my current computer booting up? Hello, Scott. You are quite good at taunting me. Yes, you can. I give you permission, Orcus Dorcas. What's up, Tad? Good to see you. That's Wayne. Wayne is binary, saying hello in binary there, I think. Ben, good to see you. Sean, are you training it for Google with your data? Are you training it for Google with your data? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would say I'm training it. I guess maybe. If I'm uploading something, I don't know. You're probably, yes, you are. I don't know. So I guess the question is there more to that question than what you're putting out there, Wayne? So, or is it rhetorical? So yes, but here's the thing. If you're using anything Google, you're in a lot of trouble. Like if you have Gmail, if I'm putting this on YouTube, like it's funny because I think there was, I listened to some creators on, they interview creators, and they interview the CEO of YouTube and some other folks. But there was a snippet I found in an episode that they were doing that was talking about, is Google using YouTube to train its generative AI? Is that within the terms? And Google, I mean, if you think Google is not, or ABC or whatever, is not using YouTube to train their own AI, but I think they would say you're not allowed to use YouTube as an external source. You're not allowed to use YouTube to train other people's models. Like ChatGPT should not be using the videos from YouTube. Are they? I don't know. Probably. I mean, they're using everything else. If you've got Google Docs, I'm sorry, if you're in the Google ecosystem, it's such a weird beast. Like you got to unplug, and maybe it's already too late. It takes like no time to index any of this garbage anymore. I mean, I haven't experimented with the audio, but last week I updated name and Black Worm of Brandisford, and then had it run it for me. And when he says run it for him, like Game Master, here's a game, run me a scenario. Like I don't even know if some of these virtual video games and things of that nature, like if Wizards of the Coast decided, you know what? Because if Cox has already talked about AI, they're going to use it. They're going to use it. It's inevitable. How they use it and the responsibility behind it, it's going to be scrutinized, but they're going to use it. But even if they use it, say they get a tabletop RPG and they get their new sigil for VTT out there and they incorporate AI into it, it may even be out of date in 6 months. Like the technology that's driving that may be just like, oh, this is great for like 2020. It's 2024, get with the times. Like now you can just pick an adventure, have a virtual game master, and it actually talks to you and interacts like off your voice response. Dude, it's man. This is awesome for finding recordings in modern day games. If you can make the AI sound stressed, confused, to different emotional states. Phew. Nubis, have you listened to that audio? Dude, that is crazy. The tone inflection, like a tweak here and there, if they determine if they're going to analyze audio speech patterns to determine whether somebody is stressed, scared, if there was suspense into it, all it takes is it's all patterns. It's all data. And if they just get all that, they're going to know. And then if you tie that in with context, dude, it's crazy. Oh, man. This morning, I've looked at your similar tools that are local to your system. AI tools that are local to your system. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah. I've had to completely rethink every assessment I give students. If it's not done in class, I can't trust what they submit. Yeah. Like, are the days of homework over? I mean, what's the point? On topic, thanks to advances in AI, chatbots can act as a personalized therapist, companions, and romantic partners. The apps offering these services have been downloaded millions of times. If these relationships relieve stress and make us better, does it matter that they're not real? Great NPR podcast if anyone is interested. Yeah. Well, there goes RPG reviews. You can upload the game, tell AI to play it for you, and spit out a review. Yeah, for sure. Probably easier to listen to, better audio quality. No offense, Orcus. Probably, present company excluded, of course. But yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you, as a publisher, other than, hey, I'm not going to upload it to AI, but what if you got a summation in audio? There's a lot of like RPG books that aren't in audio format, period, which is, I mean, they're starting to get there. I'd say in the last year, there's been many more that have been published, like Cobalt Press's essay books, like How to Be a Great Game Master. And they have 10 featured contributors talk about game mastering. Now those are in audio format. Dude, voiceover. Oh man, there's going to be, The good old blue book in class still works. Yeah. Dude, something like that. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Hey, good to see you, Mike. I ran into Mike earlier when I had a viral pseudo viral post go viral on LinkedIn. When I was a young boy, we had a big white book full of phone numbers, addresses, and other what is it? Other PII? Oh, yeah, PII. Handed out to everyone in town. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother detail too. But yeah. Google, yes, all your YouTube vids have already been used to train their AI. You're welcome. You're welcome, Google. There's no more privacy. Yeah, privacy is dead. Long live privacy. I mean, even Telegram now doesn't even do end-to-end encryption on private messages. What? Like, hi, what's the point of having that thing yet? The biggest myth is your personal data is safe. The only way to secure anything personal is to never go on the internet. Well, never have gone on the internet. Like, the minute you're on there, you're in a lot of trouble. I download and transcribe hundreds of YouTube videos to make my custom GPTs, and I use ChatGPT to transcribe the videos. Yeah, it's a tool, but it's man, people that, oh man, I don't know. All online data has been used to train AIs, all of it. I mean, it is weird because it goes back to the philosophical details of the internet and how it works, the World Wide Web. Like, I create something, I put it out there for consumption, but wait a minute, hold on a second. I don't want you to consume it like this, and I don't want you to use it in this particular way. I mean, there's still copyright, but it's crazy. But they're not copywriting it, right? Right? Well, okay, so Sean's got a blog article. It's copyright Sean. Here's the Creative Commons I put on it, use and get attribution. But if somebody reads it, uses it as a data point in a presentation, they're not, I mean, that's not the same, Sean. It's not the same. It's not the same as AI. It's not the same. Okay, well, I guess it's not. Yeah, the Matrix is coming, man. It's crazy. Some of us are like, There's going to be people that are born. So they're being born right now. They're the kids that grew up during the internet, not knowing anything else. Like, hey, do you remember when we had like cell phones, right? Hey, we had corded phones at one time. What? That's crazy. You know, you had busy signals. What? That's super nuts, right? Yeah, our Gen X is going to be like boomers. Don't even know it. Like, not all. I don't lump everybody into the same thing, but just something to be. I don't know. Just it's crazy. Hey, let's get into some RPG stuff so you guys don't start yelling at me. Because most schools use Google for everything. Everyone's children are adding to that data. I'm sure children are conscious of what they share. Yeah, that's a good point, Victor. That's yeah. Hey, let's get Chromebooks. Yeah, they're cheap. Well, yeah, that's because like there's more to it. Like, we could sell Chromebooks for cheap because it probably doesn't cost much. But here's the real reward. Trying to keep information from the AI is trying to prevent the singularity. Let me tell you about Rocco's basilisk. Is that a thing? I could already see being used as a form of lie detection based on past interviews. Well, here's an opportunity too, right? With everything that comes about, there's an opportunity, right? So if this is all bad news and this is bad and negative and it's Armageddon, somewhere out there's going to be an opportunity for an application to detect this stuff, right? There's a market for that stuff. Like, how do you determine whether it's authentic, and then what do you use for it? So, counterpoint. Regarding voiceover, I think Peter Cushing's family is suing Disney over likeness. I think I heard that as well. Hey, Jeff, good morning, man. Good to see you, dude. My teachers use Google Classroom. Yeah. Most teachers. Sorry, not my teachers. Most teachers. Morning, Jason. Hey, good to see you. I get some new guys. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Rocco's basilisk is a major info hazard. Google at your own risk. Okay, warning, don't do that. Thanks for the support, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah. So let's get into question of the day, shall we? Because this is a rabbit hole. Like, it's a rabbit hole, but it's worth discussing to understand what that looks like. Because putting your head in the sand is not going to make this shit go away. It's just not. Let's go to the question of the day. Let's get into RPGs, shall we? So in the spirit of the holiday that's coming upon us here in the U.S., we got Halloween coming in October. And I always miss Halloween when it comes to RPGs. I always want to do an RPG-themed event. Last year, I tried to do music from a darkened room. I don't know if anybody's in the chat that was in that game. Hoos? No, not Hoos. Maybe Hoos? I don't remember. I know it was Mirko, Jim, a couple others. And then it fumbled. I got to get one before the holiday, which will probably be like right after Game Hole. I'm going to put something out there on the Discord about running a Halloween game. I might do the Call of Cthulhu one. What's the one with the kids? Oh my God, I forgot what it's called. Anyways, I may do that scenario. Deathmatch Island, I don't know if that's like I don't think Deathmatch Island, that's not scary to me. It's creepy, it's weird, but it's not horror to me. Is that yours though? List 5. If you got 5 solid, like no-brainer RPGs that you would run, suggest, or think are good for the Halloween season. Some are no-brainers, but The Dare. Thank you, Tyler. The Dare. That's the one I think I'm gonna run. I haven't run Call of Cthulhu in a long time. Last time I ran Call of Cthulhu was for Massive Now Lethaltep right before lockdown. I was running it for the Doc group. Nubis, 10 Candles, Dread, Liminal Horror, Fiasco, Mothership. Fiasco playbook, right? You got to have a horror playbook for Fiasco on that one. Those are good ones. Thanks, Phil. Kids on Bikes, Dark Places, and Demogorgons. There's a couple more out there, I'm sure, Gabe. Uncover them, man. Vaesen, Monster of the Week, The Between, Fiasco, and Trophy Dark. 2 votes for Fiasco? I would not have put Fiasco in my top 5. And Trophy Dark. The Dare is a lot of fun. Great 80s nostalgia. Yeah. Oh, so you've played in that, Jason, or run it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've bought it. I've got a hard copy. In no order. Yeah, it doesn't have to be any order. No order. Vaesen, Delta Green, Alien, or Mothership. It's funny how we lump those two, right? And then 10 Candles. And Fiasco could play out as a proper horror movie with the right group mentality and playbook. For sure, no question. Yeah. Right, for my group and for my son's buddies. Oh, that's fantastic. Call of Cthulhu, Alice is Missing. Alien, Mothership, Delta Green. Yeah, I should run Alice is Missing again. It is an interesting game. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Alice is Missing, you play it via text, only text messaging. And it takes place over the summer. And you have 5 or 6 characters. And you're in high school. It's the summer vacation time. And Alice ends up missing. And each one of these people that you play have different relationships with the others. And it's all text messaging. And you play for 90 minutes. Like, they literally play it for 90 minutes. There's a little bit of prep on the upfront, so it's probably like a 2-hour game. But it's a 90-minute runtime. And during those 90 minutes, there are cards that are dealt each person, and you flip those cards. They're prompts at certain intervals during those 90 minutes. It's a fantastic game. It really is. Laramie, Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green, Horror and Suede, which is Savage Worlds. Mothership, a group of 5e characters with no healing. Well, that could be. Tim, Monster of the Week, Liminal Horror, Zombie World, Desperation, and The Final Girl. Interesting. I'm not familiar with The Final Girl or Desperation. Alice. Go ask Alice when she was this small. I'd love to play Alice is Missing. Interesting concept. Yeah, we could, on Discord it works pretty well. It works pretty well. I remember this game, Night's Black Agents, Worldwide's Vampire Conspiracy and Espionage. Yeah, that's still out there. Got a few people in the chat know about it. I have it. I have the Dracula dossier. That'd be good. That's solid. What? Who's this guy? Look at this guy. Sergeant Dan. Oh, my God. What have you been up to, buddy? Good to see you. Holy cow. I hope life's treating you well, man. Thanks for coming by. This is fantastic. Thank you. I know. Sergeant Dan. That's crazy. Desperation is by Bully Pulpit Games, more Halloween than Fiasco. Oh, good to know. That's Mr. Jason Morningstar and company. Orcus Dorcas, The Dare, Call of Cthulhu, Death House 5e, Goblin Grinder, Merkborg, Lamp Posts in Bloom, which is Unknown Armies, and Oakwood Heights, Cult. So those are all scenarios that Orcus Dorcas would recommend, which is a whole nother question. I'm going to do that next week. I think I'm going to do next week. Thanks, Orcus Dorcas, for the idea. I'll just copy and paste that for next week. Next week, we'll do scenarios that are good. Like, what's the game? What's the scenario to run for Halloween? A one shot. Final Girls is by Gas Mask Games. Shout out to those guys. Dead of Night, Monster of the Week, Cold City, Zombie World, Alien. Cult, says Victor. Sergeant Dan says, living the dream. Well, is there any other way? Lining the dream? Lining the dream. Well, that's one take. Shambot, top 5 Halloween games, Alien, Vampire, The Masquerade, Death in Space, Call of Cthulhu, Into the Odd. Some changes there. Nice. Oakwood Heights is bonkers. Would love to run it. Final Girl. I picked it up and then I found out it is a one-player game per the back of the box. Oh, good to know. I'm not a big solo game player, but Harrigan's, after pondering, looking at the shelf, thinking what should be out there, he comes up with Delta Green, Mothership, Alien, The Walking Dead, Cthulhu, though not COC. COC, I love COC. You got to give credit where credit is due, but it is like, it is the one. It's been around a long time. People equate it. So, we could just assume that is an option. The Final Girl is not a solo RPG. Okay. Well, then it's not. There you go. I stand corrected. This one's by Van Ryder Games. My bad. So, okay, we got that hashed out. Morning, Jim. Top 5 RPGs for Halloween season. Your 5 choices of RPGs for the Halloween season. The Dare's great because of its special rules for kids. Yeah. I was thinking like Tales from the Loop would be kind of cool, but I don't know if I don't know, horror. I would have to spin it horror-wise. Like Kids on Bikes, I think, would be pretty cool, right? Like Kids on Bikes got Stranger Things vibes. I'm getting so many great ideas. I can't wait to transcribe this stream. Oh, man. Well, you can, if you have Prime, you can just listen to it. Unless you need the text version. +1 for 10 candles. I really want to play that. That would be cool. I don't know how. I mean, I guess you could play it virtually. You have, all right, everybody. Yeah, everybody got their candles lit. Does anybody know how hot it gets with 10 candles being lit? You could easily spin Tales from the Loop into horror. Yeah. Also, #1 Halloween RPG of all time is Dread. Dread, infamous for using a tower that is not, it's not a Jenga tower, though. The not a Jenga tower. Do you need horror for Halloween? No, I don't think you do, but I think you got to have some suspense. But, I mean, I guess you don't necessarily, but, like, what makes it a Halloween game, then? Kids on Bikes also reminds me of E.T. Yeah. E.T. had D&D in it, right? The OG Stranger Things. Suspense, jump scares, tension. Okay. I would equate that with scaring. So it's got to be scary, tension. Yeah. Those are things that I think are made up to make a good Halloween game. Could you do that without it being a Halloween game? Of course. Of course. We play like horror games all the time that aren't Halloween based. And I mean by Halloween, it's just like horror games. It's seasonal, dude. Not like, hey, taking place during the Halloween season in the game. That's not what I'm looking for. I know you know what I'm talking about, Who's. Second, the one Tim said, Dead is excellent. Dread. Victor says Dread is. Newis says, I ran 10 candles once in real life. The atmosphere the game builds up is amazing. Yeah, I mean, you have one candle. For Halloween. Any other ones that we miss? We had to have. We covered a lot of them, though. Very, very, real good ones. So there you go. If you're running a Halloween game. Some good suggestions. The Walking Dead's a good one. I didn't see that one coming. I think The Walking Dead's I think in the later seasons, not to get on that soapbox, but I think in the later seasons, some of that is like when you first started watching The Walking Dead. Now, I'm not a comic book guy, right? So it was completely like new to me. But the whole thing was like, holy cow, man, you get bit once, you're done. And I think as things had progressed over time, it definitely became part of like, humans becoming worse than the actual zombies. and the character development was interesting, to say the least. But I didn't think anybody. You would wonder, like, oh, they're gonna go off into the woods, they're gonna run into walkers. What's gonna happen? Will they finally get them? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I think in my viewing, it seemed to like start to slip. Like, this guy's not gonna die. And then every once in a while it might. And you're like, oh, I don't know. It's a weird thing, right? For me, like, you kind of got numb to it, maybe. Maybe I did. I don't know. There you go. Run kids on bikes with ET, starting with the scene of coming back to life, but he's rampaging zombie. He's a rampaging zombie. Well, there's one. ET eat brain. Suspension tension is better. Played a vampire game that had it. The threat of blood and gore did more to heighten the tension than the actual gore. Yeah, in later seasons, the zombies felt very incidental to me. Indeed. Start to slip. That show was a hot mess. Well, right. It was. It was, for sure. I could tell you exactly when it was. Objective zombie RPG quality. Zombie cinema, zombie world. So zombie cinema better than zombie world, better than The Walking Dead, better than All Flesh Must Be Eaten. For a different zombie game, Diogo's The Dead Are Coming. Yep, I have that one. That's good. I haven't read it, but that's a good one to highlight. Diogo does good work. My opinion on horror is that as soon as we see the monster, it turns into the action survival genre. It's very rare that doesn't happen. The Thing movie is a great example of that. Yeah. All right, let's get into some RPG stuff, shall we? Let's get into, what do I got up here? Let's do RPG news, maybe. RPG news, kicking it off. All right. So this one's old, but I wanted to put this. Well, this one's not old. Sorry, misspoke. So for all of you, D&D tribute, Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum in Lake Geneva permanently closes. So if you were going to make a trek to Lake Geneva in hopes of visiting this establishment, sorry. They were not without their own little controversy. I will say this. I'm not going to go into details about that because the tale is long, intricate, and kind of the drama. So at one point in time, they put this thing on the market for $5 million. They were going to sell the property for $5 million when the real estate was valued around $300K. So I'm sure there's reasons and things of that nature behind it. But anyways, this was from the new TSR, I guess, new whatever they're calling it. Justin Lanassa was behind it. But there was lawsuits and stuff. But it's a whole different topic, right? So that there's an affiliation with the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum with some of that fiasco. So yeah, anyways, there you go. One of the things I am interested about is some people have donated things to be in this museum. So this one, Ingrid Wadsworth, she donated her late husband, Robert Wadsworth, early collection 2 years ago. And he had items back from the 70s and 80s on original, in an original player. Will that collection be moving to the Geneva Lakes Museum? And so I guess they're moving it to the Geneva Lakes Museum. They confirm and say yes. So hopefully nobody's going to be out anything. That would be probably the biggest problem. So there you go. In case you wanted to know how that's going, it's not. That's done. Next up, Space 1999 core rulebook is up for pre-order. Modifius, they don't do Kickstarters, do they? Am I missing? Am I confusing something? So this is pre-order. Shipping is expected to start January 2025. You will also automatically receive the Quick Start PDF immediately after purchase and the full color rulebook PDF as soon as as soon as it is available. If your order includes pre-order items, it will delay your shipping until the items are in stock. So for fans of 1999, which is coming up on 50 years, right? 50-year anniversary next year. There you go. If you're wanting to pre-order that and check it out. I heard that the discussion was like, well, is it going to be 2D20? And I don't think that's the case. Oh, and I forgot to put the Dungeon Hobby Shop link in the... Oh, that's right. Discworld is going to be a Kickstarter. I wonder... Yeah, good point, Gabe. You're right. I wonder how they determine, like, when to do one and when not to do one, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's IP-ish. Next one, Infernal Marches, a Wes Marches remix of Descent into Avernus. This is an interesting one, old one, because no, this isn't it. I put it in the wrong spot. So there was a I thought I put them back to back. So this is a Rascal. Infernal March is a West Marches remix of Descent into Avernus. Brave the Line Hells of Batower, navigate the Blood War, and save El Turo. So, okay, great. This is something that a person is trying to do, and they're crowdfunding it. The reason I bring this up is because there was talks of the Dungeon Master being sued because he was going to do this Kickstarter. Now I can't find this stupid link. Let me see. Hold on a second if I can find it quick without digging through my notes. And let's see. Nope. And of course, that is not going to come up. Shoot. I know I've got it in here. So anyways, I wanted to get people's take on this because it'd be like me doing West March's game and I crowdfund it because I want money and I'm going to use the published setting to kind of run it. It doesn't mention anything about the lawsuit in this article. That's why I wanted to bring up the other article. Let's see where would I have put that? It really makes me mad because I thought I put it in one after the other. Shoot. Duh. Anyways, that makes me mad. It really makes me mad because let me see. I don't think that's not it. Crowdfunding, maybe. Nope. Probably had it. You know what? I probably have it at a different week and never brought it up. Nope. That's not it. I'm not going to be able to find it this week. Fantastic. Sorry, guys. Anyways, let's see if I can. I don't know. It's probably so buried it's not even coming up in search. Here it is. No. This is the same thing. Yeah, I can't find it. It was on some site and Wizards kind of, they weren't, I don't think a lawsuit had been out there. There was questions about it. Ugh! I'm not even going to talk about it since I can't get my proverbial shit together. All right, next one. Gabe says, it's an interesting question of why Modifius crowdfund some and not others. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Thanks, Tyler. Long-lost 80s TV theme tune to be released. So the granddaughter of music composer is releasing theme music to a 1980s TV show that was previously thought lost. Johnny Douglas, who lived in Kingswood in Surrey, composed the music for Dungeons & Dragons, which aired for the first time in the UK 40 years ago on Tuesday. To coincide with the anniversary, his granddaughter, Louise Canby, is releasing the track, having discovered tapes of music in her Tadworth home. So English. Tadworth, Surrey, Kingswood. England's awesome. Miss Camby said that said she nearly fell off the table when she found a cassette tape with the show's title on it, going through a stack of old shoeboxes in 2022. So this will be kind of cool. Free League does the same thing about Kickstarters or crowdfunding. I haven't figured out why they go to Kickstarter for some, but it might be when they are uncertain of print run. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, probably, I'm guessing. All right. Basic role-playing design challenge. So we brought this up when it was announced that they were doing it. Probably actually when it had it was a week or two into the contest. But now it is, the finalists are selected. So there's a $10,000 contest from Chaosium using the basic role-playing universal game engine. So people could, there was guidelines into submitting a design contest. Not a game, but I guess a game. So here are the finalists using BRP. So now you can vote. Each finalist will receive $500 prize, with the designers of the top 3 entries in the voting getting $2,000 each. So there you go. I'll put this is at Ian World, but I think, and there's probably a link to, open voting. They use the Google survey. Morning, William. Good to see you. So yeah, go vote for BRP people. I don't know. Check it out. Check out the scenarios. And then lastly, which I think, why am I putting this under news? I should put this under crowdfunding. Mothership Month, 30 Days of Terror from the Galaxy's Greatest Creators. It's a big campaign. It's going to be crowdfunding. 30 Days of Terror from the Galaxy's Greatest Creators. There's 2,200 people signed up for this. So Mothership Month is a group collab project led by Tuesday Night Games, which is the publisher of Mothership, if you didn't know. Featuring some of the brightest stars from the Mothership third-party community, each with a brand new adventure, including Interloper by Silver Arm Press, Fine Print by Lone Archivist, Awaiting the Burning Gods by Magnum Galaxy Games, No Escape, Black Croc, Maximum Security Prison by Spider 00X, and they have all the rest of their things they've contributed to. So folks that have done What We Give to Alien Gods, Desert Moon of Tarth, Nirvana on Fire, Dying Heart on Hardlight Station, Rain and Blood. So those known supplements, those creators of those supplements are going to be doing stuff. Not only that, there will be brand new hardcover module. What? From Tuesday Night Games, Wages of Sin. Over 200 pages of content for running bounty hunting games in Mothership. Wow. Including 100 bounties, each formatted as a one-shot adventure. 15 confirmed creators. So if you're a fan of Mothership, may want to tune into this one. Just saying. Am I missing links? Probably. All right, that's all I have for RPG news, which is not all news. Some of it is actually crowdfunding campaigns, which is great. Let's go into print news. The Electric State role-playing game arrives in October 1st. Oh, gosh. Sean, you're really a mean person. You've got ad blockers. Come on, man. Support creators, dude. Sorry. I was hoping to get into an Electric State game at GameholdCon in October, but that's not in the cards, people. So I'm interested to see how this goes, because this is also going to be a TV show, right? Or a movie? I don't know, one or the other. It'll be interesting. I haven't bought any Free League stuff in a while. Shh, don't tell Free League. So it launches in October. Set in the alternate 1997, the game uses the Year Zero engine for immersive storytelling and campaigns. Core book is priced at $52. It's available for pre-order. Features unreleased art by Simon Stellenhag and explores a society on the brink of a collapse. Always like a little apocalypse-y. Although I don't play that genre very often. So there you go. It's a movie. Got it. Anyone try Electric State yet? I think that PDF's probably in a lot of people's hands, right? Horcus. Next, Ian World. Some of the print stuff that's coming out. Deep Magic, that's 5e Cobalt Press. Tales from the Smoking Worm, issues 7 to 9, standard edition box set. Number 7 and number 8 and number 9. For DCC. There you go. Each supplement sold separately or collected together in a box set. Sister. Hang the DJ, compatible with Cyborg. And then there's the Dark Glinting with Metal. And that last one, I'm not sure. That's, character sheets for Morkborg. Are all out in print. At Exalted Funeral. So Sister is for Cyborg. Half operating manual and half setting. The Dark Glinting with Metal as the PCs trudge through a broiling and unforgiving landscape exploring a horrifying world. Hey, Halloween, anybody? Feels like reality is collapsing and everything is just broken. Terminator Resist. And Musketeers versus Cthulhu. By Nightfall Games. Hardcovers, $32 each. Okay, so The Terminator was a movie. And The Musketeers was a book that was also a movie. And Cthulhu was a book and also kind of a movie. So there you go. Raven. Raven Core Book, Raven Adventures Book 1, and Raven Tarot Deck, and Raven Tenebrous Voice Screen. Shadowlands Games. This is the one that I think we brought this up when it was crowdfunded. So this was based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Raven thrusts PCs into a dangerous world of gothic horror and cursed magic. Potential for a Halloween game, right? Uncanny timing. So, set in the ancient aristocratic city of Raven, similar to 19th century North America, the PCs find themselves roaming streets shrouded in an internal mist and plagued by specters. Q, man. Q. Don't you already have all the Free League stuff? I do not. You're signed up for a game at Gamehole. Is it by Craig Brown? Craig's awesome. If you can get him as a game master. Larry, good to see you. Been a long time. Good to see you, buddy. Cyborg can certainly do horror, come to think of it. Yeah. Several movies. Wasn't there a version of Cyberpunk with vampires back in the day? Third party? Maybe. Night City, even. Wait, it's not in Baltimore? Shame. Well, what are you going to do, Larry? So that's print news. Did I put the links to the N-word there? Poof. All right, see you, Sweefer. I'll have to pick apples for some cider pressing. 'Tis the season for apple pie, I will say. And pumpkins. All right, let's Got a quick bundle. 2 bundles. 2 bundles. Oof. Bundles! Maybe. First one. This one has 11 days. This is being recorded September 14th, 2024. 11 days, 14 hours. This will be over. Root bundle. Root core book plus money supplements. Like $15. Plus, it goes to the Good Fight, which is direct relief, which is protective gear and critical care medications to health workers with emergency deliveries to medical facilities across the U.S. and Canada. So if you're a fan of Root and never got in on it, or you want to check it out, this would be a good one to get. 4 books, 4 things. The RPG, Supplement Travelers and Outsiders, the Root Clearing booklet, and Root Quick Start sets. So there you go. Anybody play Root? Any Root fans? That game is indeed with Craig Brown. That's the one I wanted to get into, you dirty bugger. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks, Larry. Root is really good. There is also a live Kickstarter for another Root book going on now. There is. How is Root for kids? That's a good question. Can anybody help out? It's obviously got a kid theme to it, but is it, that's not, it's not always the case with RPGs. Like Vaesen. I bought Vaesen thinking it was like folklore and fairy tales, and I ran it for my 6-year-old kid, and I was shocked. I was shocked, I tell you. Shocked at how violent and how bad it is gonna be for kids. Root is really good. Quite mechanically complex PBTA game. Oh, there's some complexity in the rules. I mean, Mouse Guard is cute, but not really kid-friendly. Mouse Ritter is better, I think, for kids. Would be my take, just from looking at it. All right, the other one is Liminal. I think Nubis, you put this in there, the Discord. This has 4 days from now to get in it. 4 days, 13 hours. So Liminal, which I may have to get. I don't think I have Liminal. And this would be probably a good one for me to grab. This is from November 2021. So sometimes these bundle folks, we put out a bundle, then it goes dormant, and they bring it back out. So if you aren't familiar with Liminal, it's a role-playing game about guardians on the boundary between the modern-day United Kingdom and the hidden world. It's distributed by Modifius. So Liminal uncovers secret societies of magicians, a police division investigating Fortean crime, fey courts, werewolf gangs, and haunted places where the walls between the worlds grow thin. So for $10, you can get all 3 titles. It's about $40 US. There you go. Anybody playing have played Liminal? Wayne says Liminal is a good game. Wayne says. Harrigan says, yeah, it's not as complex as Mouse Guard, and yes, my recommendation would be Mouse Ritter. To Larry. Liminal is a good game, Wayne says. Liminal, running a game in Liminal Con in 2 weeks. It's a great urban fantasy horror. I see your message. I won't read it out loud, Larry. She might stop in. She usually comes in late. Wayne, I played for about 2 years. Really? Wow. Did you played and not run? Liminal is really good, Victor. That's my Victor Wyatt voice. Really good. I just got to get AI voices for all of you, and I could just have hit buttons. Have you guys actually talk your messages. You like that, Ben? Uncanny, right? Those two are related, believe it or not. I know it's crazy, but yes, both Wyatts are related. Whether they admit it or not. Werewolf gangs reminds me of we're werewolves, not swearwolves. Oh, God. Very English. You will need tea and footy hooligans. Oh, it's that kind of game. I gotcha. All right. Good to know. Shall we get to... Whoops. Should we get to... crowdfunding? Crowdfunding! Okay. So some of these I just picked out, which will probably come up in Ian World in a week or two when they are like literally winding down. But let's, I'm going with it. Okay. All right. Okay. Ember. This thing, man. Look at this. Like, why is this not, it's not showing me the dollar amount. Do I have to log in? Why am I not logged in? Don't look at my password. Yeah. So this thing, $10,000 goal, it's at $359,000. It's using the Foundry virtual tabletop. I think it's an all like encompassing like thing, right? Game setting sandbox. Like it's probably all just going to be here, buy this, plop into Foundry, and then you'll have everything you need. Open world setting, epic length campaign, groundbreaking features, game system design for online play. Great for fans of Baldur's Gate 3, Elder Scrolls, Kingmaker, Pillars of Eternity, the Stormlight Archive, and Rise of the Runelords. Now, if they're referring to some of those as RPGs, like pen, paper, and dice, then maybe, like Kingmaker and Rise of the Runelords are the two that stand out to me. But if they're referring to them as the video games, I don't know if they did a Rise of the Runelord video game. I don't think they did. But Kingmaker, they did. Well, so there you go. There's a lot here. A lot of people got in on it. So, yeah. Anybody else get in on this? Can you get an AI voice that has a Baltimore accent? It'd be funny to hear it call everyone hun in a rather robotic voice. Yeah. We can now order Sean Kickstarters with his own account password. Yeah, go crazy. I support everybody. Made by Foundry, for Foundry, leaning on Foundry. Yes. Nope. Who says nope? Not in on this one. Okay. I think the Ember setting is supposed to dwarf other massive settings. I haven't looked myself, but yeah, but GCN played a game run by ones of the creators. Glass Cannon Network is GCN. I interpret all these acronyms. No, Sean, that's other GCN. Next one, Ghosts and Thieves for the Troubleshooters. This was posted in the Discord. It's got 4 days to go on this one. It's a 5K goal, just above 5K, $5,800 US, 21,000. So if you're the Troubleshooters, like, you know that if an Analytic Dice did an episode on the Troubleshooters, right? It's an older game. Check it out. Monster of the Week. Power up your Monster of the Week game by Evil Hat. Hunter's Journal and Slayer Survival Kit. 600 pages of new material for the best-selling game of supernatural mystery and kick-ass action. This is one that is a pretty popular, I would say, game that I have not played. What? You've never played Monster of the Week? Oh, my God. I know. Crazy, right? Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. The Troubleshooters? Oh, my fault. My apologies. Analytic Dice did not. Say the two hosts. Yes, you did. I thought you guys did. think there was conversation about the troubleshooters. They should. I stand correct. I'd like to issue, RPG Sean would like to issue a correction from today's video 5 minutes ago, stating that Analytic Dice did an episode on the Troubleshooters RPG. They did not. Okay, that is the corrected version. Bit of promotion I'm on YouTube. Actual play for funded backer kit of a TSR Marvel Phaser Rip Neo clone. Can you tell me that game again? What is it? Well, it's like a TSR Marvel Phaser Rip Neo clone. What's a Sergeant Dan? Do you DM me on Discord? I'll put it up. I'll put it up in the chat. The link won't work if you paste it in there. Tim's in on this. Got it. Morning, Michael. Good to see you. Heroic. Let's see. Next. This is the root. Here's the Kickstarter, just in case you were living under a rock, which I was, obviously. This one's at like $206,000. Yeah, 206. They had a 20K goal, 206K. Still got 19 days to go. Crazy. So now you can get the root bundle and then get this one. With the PDF. Let's see what's the PDF. PDF's like $15. It's not like, it is. Terry Pratchett, Discworld. I never read much Terry Pratchett, but I didn't really read much, period, because, reading's like boring. No, I'm just kidding. I've told everybody I read and I fall asleep, so. Oh boy. Discworld. Anybody is this on anybody's radar? This is not launched yet. It's gonna be by Obedifius. Anybody getting in on this? Terry Pratchett fans? Dude, I'm so getting on Discworld, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome, dude. That's my Butch Vig impression of Dave Grohl impression. Orcus says absolutely getting it. Yeah. Except for that one history book that kept Sean awake. Yeah. Which one is that? I don't know. Read first Discworld books. Great stuff. Reading A, good to see you. Hey, everybody, give a like and subscribe. Like? I should have done this like a half hour ago. Give me a like before you guys bolt. Please. It helps the algorithm and people find me. Brandon says I'm tracking Discworld. Good to see you, Brandon. And the question is, what system will be for DW? I don't believe it's 2D20. I think that has been I don't think that's happening. Somewhere, somebody said no on 2D20, right? I'm watching the project, but might buy it after it's in print. But you could run Discworld at anything. Love Pratchett. Not sure I want to play it, but may get it for the info. I do not usually like playing in IP settings. There you go. Okay, fair enough. Fair. That's fair. Fair. Everybody fair. Ian World stuff. Let's see what's in the last throes of crowdfunding times. So Ian World usually does this when they're in the last week. So Old Gods of Appalachia. Role-playing game by Monty Cook Games on backer kit. This ends September 20th. If you want to get in on that, $110 is the most popular pledge. Cipher system. Yeah, just ciphers. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, there's big fans. Gonna be a lot of stuff there. Next one, Monster Trainer's Handbook, 5th edition, funded. Fiendish Forge, 5e. I'm guessing it's funded. Astral Forge, 5e. Funded. Miami 86. Ooh, this calls to me. This calls to me. Look at that. It's Miami Vice, man. By Archmage Araspin. Crowdfunding on GameFound. September 19th, this ends. 12,000 euros. I would have thought I would have done a little more, actually. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the GameFound? I don't know. Cocaine cowboys, high-speed chases, and deadly shootouts in the vice-filled 80s Miami. I would have to go, like, what does a game look like of this? I mean, I guess it would be just like a TV show, right? TV plot. Deluxe box set. Core mechanic is reminiscent of Into the Odd and Kern. Watch it after The Shield, The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Longmire. Pulls from Scarface, Miami Vice, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Yeah. Next one, Terminal State from VX2. This is a Year Zero engine game. Look out! It has a quick start. Terminal State's a post-neon cyberpunk TTRPG game, uses cyberpunk concepts but forgoes the 80s aesthetic and leans into a near tomorrow where, since it's cyberpunk, the corps have gone hyper and they're in charge. What? No way. Can you imagine a cyberpunk game when the corps aren't in charge? What? Money isn't as important as rep. You want to get famous as you tear the system down because, like Olena Tyrell, you want the world to know it was you. Core rulebook is 280 pages using the 2-die Year Zero engine option. It's different than Free League's Publishing's detective-focused Blade Runner, which is cyberpunk using Year Zero engine. I would almost go to say that Blade Runner is more investigative than cyberpunk. Anybody disagree? Check your Discord. Thanks, Sarndan. Oh, and thanks for the highlight, man. I will definitely do that. I'm going to do that right now because if I don't, I'll forget. How can you tip, like, subscribe before you have experience with it? Well, that's the deal, right? RPG Exile, good to see you. Thanks for showing up, regardless. Ooh, what's this? Miami Vice, sign me up, right? That's impossible. Blade Runner is totally investigative. It's the foundation of the game. Yeah, I agree. I think Blade Runner is that's a cop game in a cyberpunk. Not even a cyberpunk. I don't even think it's, to me, I don't know if it's cyberpunk. It's far future, maybe. Right? Am I being pedantic here? Of course you are. That's what I have to be. There's Sergeant Dan. Sergeant Dan. All right, you guys. There's Sergeant Dan's YouTube channel. I'll just bring it up quick. I know. Squirrel. Morning, Eileen. Yeah, see, I told you she'd show up. Hey, Larry. Eileen's here. Eileen, Larry. Oh, I'm calling him out. Sorry. He's hoping to get on a Cypher bundle. I don't think that's a bad thing. Not Sergeant Dan's channel, to be clear. Bear the Gen X GM. But you are in an actual play on this channel. Right? Sergeant Dan. Dystopian far future with a lot of rain. Dystopia. Not really cyberpunk. Okay. Blade Runner is the granddaddy of cyberpunk. Oh, shots fired, Jeff. Do androids dream of electric sheep is probably, I don't know about which is what the movie's based on, but I would say Neuromancer. Sean, you streaming music? No, I don't think so. Am I? I'm not. I shouldn't be.
You don't need to fly to touch the sky.
What is that music? Am I got music going on? Did I stop? Did it stop now? Turn the music down? What am I on? Am I on a site that's playing music? Video on the channel? Oh. It was that. It must have been the video on that YouTube channel. Sorry, I can't hear it. I don't have headphones on. I don't have my speakers up. Okay. Sorry, guys. It was their intro video. Okay, great. Anyways, going back to these. Got to bring down that. Sorry about that. So Terminal, yeah, there you go. It's got a little uphill battle going on. It's not funded yet. New tabletop superpower, stream and share TV ready music and ambiance. Ooh, what is this? Fantasy plus the future of TTRPG audio from Monument Studios. It's a TTRPG accessory, $250 for a lifetime subscription and so many additional items you'll need to see the campaign page for details. The only trouble with these lifetime subscriptions on a Kickstarter is like, okay, I pay $250, and then what happens if it goes bye-bye? Nope. I don't know. Maybe they've already got it. Project offers 800 fantasy music tracks, 250 horror movie tracks, 100 sci-fi options, NPC actors more. That's over above and on location, on sounds and others. $220,000. Wow, I guess this is the real deal. Is it copyright? Okay, I was going to say these sounds are copyright free and safe to stream. Interesting. So I could use these for YouTube videos, right? Not get cease and desist. Wow, good for them, man. $222K. Monument Studio. Let's see. Hold on a second. What am I looking for? It's got 4 days to go. This is the first crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter that they have created. And they have backed zero. Since the debut of the Fantasy Complete series in 2020, Monument has swiftly developed into the internet's favorite TTRPG audio provider. Some people get ticked off, like, okay, let me get this straight. You got a Kickstarter, but you have not crowdfunded anybody on Kickstarter. Or contributed. Strange. Like, nope. Not, I'm just saying. Some people. I didn't say I wouldn't, but interesting. The question is, can you download this stuff? I don't know. There's questions to be answered, ladies and gentlemen, but they definitely got crowdfunded. What else? That's the last one for crowdfunding. That's the last one. That's the last one. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sirenscape may have a say about that, on that. Is Sirenscape copyright free, royalty free? That would be my question. A Terrible Rock quotient is now full up on the weekend. Lifetime subscription, yeah, so about 2 years. Get them, download it all. Yeah, put a Halloween killer playlist together. Brandon did that. I don't know if you knew Brandon, Tim. Brandon used to work at Misty. He went to school for audio engineering. Every year he'd do a mixtape. He gave me one. I don't know what I did with it. It's probably a CD at that point. I did send the drive-through RPG link to the beta of Heroic. Pay what you want. Did you? You did. Oh, okay. So here is Heroic, is Sergeant Dan's talking about. Bam. Heroic the RPG Beta Play Test Edition. Come on. There we go. Welcome to the Zenith Comics Presents Heroic, the role-playing game beta playtest edition using classic 4-color superhero system, which we are calling the Mighty Superheroes system. This clone continues the conversation started back in 1984 and brings it to the 21st century. So if you like Phaser Rip, right? Phaser Rip? This is the deal? Phaser Rip. If you like Phaser Rip, here you go. Alchemy VTT was asking $500 for lifetime subscription during their Kickstarter. Whoa. Alchemy's still around, though, right? Or are they gone? Are they gone? They're still here. They're still here. There was another one that kind of went defunct, right? Cool. I'm going to start sending Sean links to things I'm selling during the show, too. Are you selling stuff, Laramie? What are you selling? Phaser Rip. Yup. All right. Roll. That's the one. Struggling. Changed hands, etc. They got funding, too, like a few $1 million. Yeah, I don't understand that model at all. I don't know, man. So many RPGs. So many. Like, I looked at Geek Native's list of crowdfunding campaigns, and I don't even think they list more than... I don't know how they curate their list, but I was like, look at all these things. Like, it's good and it's so... I'm so torn with it because the minute I say we don't need another RPG, you get something new that I enjoy, right? Deathmatch Island, Shadowdark, you know. So I don't know. Bear the Gen X GM derp. Come on, guys. Be nice. But so you're like, yes, we need creators. Wow, there is a lot of RPGs. I wonder what the total library is for Drive-Thru RPG. I'm gonna ask Matt. Matt works for him. I know Matt. I'm gonna if I can remind myself at GameholeCon, I'm gonna ask him. Hey, dude, can I just ask you a question? Like, could you tell me with relative certainty about how many RPG core systems you have on Drive-Thru, like games? Like, if I bought a game core book, how many? Like, not even supplements. Crazy. It's got to be way lot. I mean, it's can be probably just, I don't know, man. There's a lot. Am I right?
Right.
But then you want it to happen. It's like podcasting. It's like podcasts. There's a lot. Good thing about podcasts, anybody can start them. Bad thing about podcasts, anybody can start them. So. 7 figures. Phew, I don't know. True, I hear Sean just when I think I'm done for a while and then I see something else that calls to me. Yeah. Sounds crazy, but so many fantasy heartbreakers out there, for sure. I'd love to know the number of systems. It's got to be like, there's got to be an RPG thing for like, 50, like say if you say 50 million, 5 million, 50 million, 15 million. How many people play D&D that they said? 50 million? No, that seems high. If that amount of people are playing just D&D, I would be surprised if it's that high. Like, I was going to say something obnoxious, like there's probably a RPG product for each player in the hobby. What drop? This guy?
Right.
It's my buddy Jeremy Crawford. I'm going with 1,100,000. The over and under starts. Sorting by core filter pulls up almost 20,000. God, I would have thought that'd be low. Toast the breakfast making TTRPG. Just kidding. Can you break it down by? Now Tim's got a bunch of criteria. 20,000 surely way low. Sometimes you can get that on an itch bundle. Have we talked about Chris Cox's claim of playing D&D with 30 to 40 people? Well, I have not. I think I've read it, but I don't take that too seriously. Besides, I could say, yeah, I have Shadowdark. I have 30 players. Can you do it? Can you search by major published systems, world, numerous indie RPGs, various editions and versions of popular games from different genre? Well, yeah, then you got to go like, so it's a core book and then it's a different version or different edition. Does that count? Oh, and then it changed hands. Does that count? Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, imagine running some queries. Even Noble Knight. Although I would say Noble Knight is probably not like... That might be interesting. I don't know how they have their stuff sorted, though. Although in Noble Knight, they do have like a lot of filters, just like drive-through. Check out iToaster. It's an RPG about playing a toaster. Dude, there's some I'm like, wow, you came up with an interesting idea. Good on you. And digital only versus print on demand. Are there products that you could only get print on demand on drive-through? That seems kind of silly, right? Like, wouldn't you just put up the PDF as well? There are really obscure RPGs out there. Oh, yeah. Indeed. For sure. For sure. All right, guys, I'm going to hang this up. We've gone pretty long. I want to thank all these folks for offering to support me with a few shillings each month. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up on this fine day, night, whatever time of day. The chat itself showing up live today. Thank you. For those that have come later, thank you. Much appreciated. I really appreciate it. So, yeah. Next week. I may not be streaming next week. I am traveling, and I will be in the East Coast, in Connecticut, for a wedding. So I may try to look up some people out there. I don't know. My time is fairly limited, and I don't see my family out there very often. So we'll see. But I would love to catch up with people that I haven't met face to face. But we'll see. So I don't know if I'm going to stream. If I do, I could take a mic and I could probably wing it, but I don't know. It would be before the wedding. And it's the East Coast, so it'd be pretty early. I mean, it would be 9:00 Eastern time, I guess. I would if I kept the same time. But if I kept it the same time, I usually do it at 8. Who should be getting up at like what? 5? 4? 4 in the morning. Anyways, so if I don't stream next week, which is highly likely, then, take a break, play some games for this time. This time, everybody get together and play a game for like an hour and a half. There you go. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. See ya.